Hey folks, welcome to our playthrough of the second playtest packet of Draw Steel, the MCDM RPG. Last time, we did character creation, and explained some of the changes in the many months since the first packet. Today, the adventure begins. This will be our first time playing in the system, as we try to get through as much of the adventure as we can before the feedback survey closes at the end of the month. So, we're going to do our best to play by the rules and refer back to them when we're confused. But I know we'll make mistakes. Hopefully, enough heroes survive that we can play another session, when maybe more of our friends can participate. So.
No ominous at all. No ominous at all.
What? I'm just saying, some mistakes may be fatal.
I came here to die. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's erase characters today. Why not?
We begin in Blackbottom. It is a crisp, chilled morning in the port city of Blackbottom, the largest city in Vazloria. Ships of all sizes and kinds glide along the still, clear waters of the deep harbor, far above the textured monolithic black stones that line the bottom of the bay. This ocean port is a free city, where different factions, national diplomats, and more can meet in peace and break bread together. You have found rooms in one of its inns, the Sign of the Drunken Fool, so named for the time when the local baron's jesters could drink for free. Nowadays, it is known for its baths, luxurious wooden tubs that are refilled with hot water heated over large fires. Though the outside air is brisk and salt-scented, the inn is a warm refuge from the chill. It is the very early morning hours of the day, 6 a.m. roughly. Light is beginning to peek through. So, let's start with Helena. Can you please introduce your hero? And since all of you know each other as low-ranking members of the Chain of Acheron, what would the other characters know of your character?
Okay, so as you probably saw, hopefully, in the character creation video, my character is Glasses. She is a time reader, void elementalist, and she's like a tall, thin, four-armed, green-skinned woman from these kind of astral creatures. And she came to Orden, to this world, a number of years ago. And she's been going around, and she decided to join the chain to basically have a job and get enough money and resources. Her greatest project is to return to the stars. That's the way she describes it. So she needs money and resources to build basically a ship, a rocket ship, to get out of this world. She's kind of a weirdo. Most of the other characters probably know that when she speaks, if this was a movie, you would see some weird characters on the screen, and then they would be translated into English. Whenever she's like doing magic, which is her typing some strange symbols on a data pad that seems to be made out of bone and wood, that is connected, that she hijacks into the side of her head. And did you ask me what I was doing in this morning, or was
Sure.
just the introduction?
Yeah,
So-
you might be getting food, you might be studying, working on your tablet.
She's having a bath and studying because she has 4 arms. So 2 of the arms are connected to that data pad, pressing symbols, and she's reading what you just sent us about Blackbottom. She's studying a data file on the history of Blackbottom and everything else. While at the same time, the 2 other arms are like cleaning her, like soap and everything. And then she comes out of the bathtub. 2 of the hands dry her up, and she puts on some clothes, while one of the arms is still with a data pad, and she's always looking at it and muttering some other words. And she's going around. So that's Glasses.
José, could you tell us about your character, please?
Sure. Well, my character is a Dragon Knight with a silver scale. His name, the rest of the group know him as Silver. He's very young for for a night with a very hopeful and soft smile, blue eyes, short horns, short horns. He wears a very polished blue and silver armor, and currently he's sitting on his quarter dormitory
On his bed, yeah.
on
His
his
room at
bed.
the end.
Yeah, polished and looking at his sword that the rest of the group knows that the sword belongs to his uncle. Who was an original Dragon Knight. Silver want to follow the steps of his uncle, and you know the him that is very approachable and good natured one.
Great. Juan, could you tell us about your character and what they are doing in these few moments, if they're getting some extra sleep or getting some food, that sort of thing?
Sure. So I am playing an Orc Fury. He's known as the Slayer not only by this group, but it's a name that he has carried for a long time. He's been alive for around between 25-30 years. He has seen a lot of combat. He has seen a lot of violence in his life, and he embraces it. His look is very different to the normal regular orc. He is beefier. He's much more muscular, but also his facial features and his skin basically shows tear and wear from different battles in the past. So everywhere there would be spikes on his face. Some of them are filed, some of them are broken, some of them are chipped here and there. So he really shows like he's been fighting all his life, or at least a good portion of his life. He has markings like regular orcs do, but they're also mixed with burn marks all over his body as well. And they are colored like... They seem like if they were constantly burning, but it doesn't really... it's not very clear if they're actually burning or it's just the color of the markings that he has. Right now, he would be spit shining a skull. He's beginning a collection at the moment. He has a little bit of a problem right now because his bag is getting kind of full. His current goal, just for fun, is to have a skull of every let's say for in game concepts for every ancestry, and right now he's got like 4 or 5, and he's just spit shining a human skull in his room while he's eating the largest portion of roast beef they have at the tavern at the moment.
Wonderful. And finally, Alejandro, can you tell us about your character and what he's doing in these early morning hours?
So the fellow the party knows as Manners is like one of the politest and kindest people have you ever met. But not let that fool you, because he's a devil. A devil shadow that I am playing. He's rather tall, red skin, white hair, perfectly groomed, green eyes without a clear pupil. And what he's doing, he's training with kids. And he just finished a flourish. He said, "Well, like I promised, I just teach you how to fight. So remember to keep your end of the bargain in the future." And he's going to offer the hand to this young kid and finish to go back into the town.
Great. So you make your way up to the third floor where you have your rooms, and you know that the rest of your small squad will emerge. It's morning, just before dawn. There's a tranquility permeating the walls of the Sign of the Drunken Fool. There's smell of breakfast. There's smoked fish and herbs on crisp bread. There are sizzling eggs with lobster folded in. And the gentle scent of the baths are stirring the guests awake as they go about their morning routines. Bathing, dressing, maybe drowsily delaying their waking for just 5 more minutes. Silver, as you're finishing polishing the sword of your ancestor, you hear faintly off in the distance something that sounds like vroom. And it's not a sound you've heard before. It's not a natural sound. And as you're taking a moment to think what that could be, everyone hears the world erupt.
What? Okay, that was
There is
Jumping, we're into it like right away.
yes.
Yep.
There is a
What?
deafening crash. There is earthquake, a thunder, lightning, all at once. An explosion tears the roof of the inn off. Parts of the ceiling begin to collapse. All of you rush out of the bath, out of your rooms. And if you can see your token, feel free to place yourselves in the blue area marked out as you are rushing out of the baths, out of your rooms that have been collapsing. There is a massive hole in the center. You are on the 3rd floor. There are multiple floors down, and you can hear beams crashing. You can hear screaming, and it seems it is not just your inn. You can hear sounds of chaos from further out. So, can you see yourselves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And
So-
I can move
Yes.
my token, so that's fine.
Here's what you need to know in these moments as you're placing yourselves. This inn, do any of you have the architecture skill?
Fuck, I was about to choose it and
No.
I didn't. No.
Okay.
I chose-
You don't know how much longer this inn will stay up, but it's not long. You can hear creaking. The roof has collapsed inward as central support structures were destroyed. And you can see as more parts are coming down. In fact, whoever's room was right behind you, you can hear as beams fall down, and that room seems unstable behind you.
You
So
mean this room?
whole, the room, it was the room of one of you, maybe of more than one.
I think it was my room. Yeah.
Sure, it's in bad shape. And you know there are also other civilians in this inn. So there is danger from the inn, and you can hear from whatever caused the large hole, the explosion. There are sounds of creatures that are unnatural coming upwards towards you. So there is danger coming from whatever caused this. There are civilians here, and I will tell you, if you survive this encounter and get out of the inn, you will gain 1 victory. If you can save most of the civilians trapped in this inn, you will gain a 2nd victory.
Oh, wow.
So, position yourselves accordingly, and then I will describe.
Where is possible the door of this, the closest door of this space?
So you are on the 3rd floor. To get down to the lower levels are the stairs on the southern end of the map.
Okay.
But you basically know that there are no civilians in the baths above you and in the room right behind you. So those you know are clear of civilians. You hear screams from down below, and in fact you can see a couple of civilians in the room directly across from you.
Oh,
And there are more.
Here.
You don't know, it could be 5 or 10. You don't know how many were per level. It was a fairly occupied inn. So there are, I've left out you can see through the walls, so to speak, because you have been here for maybe a day or two. You know the rough layout of the inn. So you know that room are baths, those rooms are bedrooms. But when you open doors, or when you try and listen at door, that sort of thing, I will describe what you hear or what you sense and what you see if you open the door to see if there are civilians or other things in those rooms.
Okay.
And
Got it.
just to get it clear,
So-
we are on the second story of this building.
Third.
Third, okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
you need to get at least to, so third, second, first, and from here you can get out.
Okay.
And civilians are not in the third. Oh no, there are some civilians
They're
in the
all
third.
throughout.
Oh, okay.
There are rooms at every level, and there are kitchens and
Saving
staff
the
areas
civilians
for- yeah.
implies escorting them to
No, I will
the
say
entrance.
once you rescue a civilian at each floor, they will then proceed to escape by themselves. So once you get them, so for instance, once you manage to reach those civilians and get them and rescue them, they will then proceed to get themselves out. And I will not, if you rescue civilians on the third floor, I will not then ambush them and kill them on if they get to the first floor ahead of you, right?
Yeah, no.
Like,
All
if
right.
you manage to get them free here, they will get themselves out of the building by themselves.
Yeah.
So, are you happy with your positions?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so chaos greets you in the form of fiends, screams, and fire. Flames devour the hole in the middle of the floor, widening its burning, gaping maw. Debris from the burning roof crumbles, crashing into the floor. Frenzied fiends with wicked claws, barbed tongues, and foul saliva prowl toward you. And here is where I show you some of these very cool tokens. That literally their hands climb up from the hole in the floor and they appear
Oh, what the hell is that?
on this stage, and you also hear their hissing and slaving sounds elsewhere on this floor, as perhaps this is not the only hole.
Can you do Z on the token so we can see the art like full
I
blown?
think yes,
Because these look amazing. What I want
Yeah.
to see, like,
indeed.
I want to see the full art.
So this is the Ruinant, and the Rimash.
Where are you showing them?
Yeah, where are you showing them?
It doesn't seem that I can. So I press Z and I can see it, but you guys can't.
Oh yeah. Well,
Which means
By the way, cool art for us.
Made by the amazing Juan.
oh yes,
Yeah.
I mean, as always, is if you want to see like this is how glasses looks like, full blown.
I should really do that with my account.
I totally forgot to do that on my account also.
Yeah, mine too. But I mean, we're still showing the art and the stats on at the
That
bottom.
is true.
So
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
The little cards.
But yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Also, I was given
So-
fantastic notes. So. Oh,
that is
Whoa.
the Ruinant.
Okay.
Holy shit!
Oh, no.
There are a couple of those coming up, and there is a similar creature, although less moving on four limbs and more sort of staying back and with a long tentacles coming up out of its mouth, called the Rimash.
Oh wow.
And
Okay, just
there
as
may
a
be
note-
more coming out.
Yeah. If this was my room, if anybody was paying attention, right before the explosion happened, Glasses was opening the door and about to go in, and then I imagine I had a vision, and then I closed the door and jumped a little bit behind. That was when the room collapsed. And as I see these monsters, I turn towards you, Manners. We are like kind of relatively nearby, and I say, "Hey, Manners, are those some type of family member, distant family?" And I'm pointing towards the fiends. I don't know.
Please don't insult me. It's clearly they don't share my look.
Oh, that
Okay.
that we can agree.
Why are we losing time? There are people
Fellow
in
heroes.
danger.
Yes, it is time to draw steel. We rolled initiative prior to this.
That's
we rolled
the
a
name
9,
of the
which
system.
means the heroes go first. So, you may remember the initiative system. One of you goes now, It's the beginning of the round. Some things happen.
If
Some
you
of
let
you
me,
get
I can
resources.
get those civilians right away.
Okay.
That's interesting. Sure. Yes,
Oh,
you have a
all
very
right.
speedy devil on your side.
All right, so you can see that manners say this to glasses. I'm going to look at these fiends, and I don't know if is there any distinction between them and me, because I'm
Yes,
a devil.
these are demons. You are a devil.
Yeah, I hate those guys.
Correct.
Give us a bad name. So I'm going to use my movement to move 8 squares
Okay.
around
So
here.
that is a big hole.
I can fly because as I say this, you can say my wings spread out like very wide, and I'm going to take flight and just go 8. How do I move after I measure the thing?
So you have to click
Right
and
click.
hold your token. Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
That's my movement. I cannot
Okay.
reach them just yet, so I'm going to use my maneuver to use Blackash Teleport.
Okay. Yeah, all
And-
legal so far.
Move myself up to 5 squares and use the concealment or cover.
Okay,
Oh, no.
so
and in a concealment or cover, you can use the hide maneuver if you are observed. All right. So I'm going to reach these people. I'm going to say, "All right, I can help you, but you have to ask."
So what you see there is there are 2 civilians. One of them is a human woman, and she's trying to shift pieces of stone off of her partner, which is an elf woman who is trapped under fallen debris. She's like, you can see that the human woman, she could escape, like she could run out the stairs now, but she is not strong enough to free her partner. So you have a couple of options. You can convince the human with a presence test and any applicable skills that you will save her partner, and then the human will leave on her own, or you can make a might test to try and lift the rubble off of the elf to free her.
I didn't pay attention that might is going to be so important in my character because I'm just reading that I can fly a number of rounds equal to my might. So I kinda dump the stat.
No!
Well, you
I
learn
think
the-
it's still minimum of 1. So
Yeah, no, it's fine. I can fly for 1 round, but
yeah.
it's something I might need to address later. We are
Sure.
learning here. But I'm going to look at the woman and say, "Don't worry, we are part of the Chain of Acheron. We are lower ranks, but the Chain of Acheron is here. Run, and we are going to save your friend here."
Okay. Do you have any interpersonal skill that you want to apply to this presence test?
I have intimidate and lie and read person. That's are my interpersonal skill.
So you could be lying, but I think you yourself know that Silver and Stone and some of the other members of your group will not let you not save this person. So I think right now you cannot lie to this civilian.
All right,
Yeah. So
I'm going to just roll straight roll.
yeah, 2d10 plus your presence. It's an easy
That's
test.
That's an 8 and an 8 plus my presence. That is a 2. That's 18.
That is a tier 3 result on an easy test, means a success with a reward. So you see, she looks at you, she looks at your party, she sees that now demons have begun to crawl out, and she like leans down to whisper something to her partner, and you can see she is reassuring her, saying that we've got help, and you can see that the partner is telling her like, get out. So with your reassuring presence here, the human woman begins to stand up and walks past, and as she turns, she tells you the person that was staying in the long south room was a medic, and that they left supplies, or they might have left supplies. So she means this room to the south. So you could use that to help her partner and maybe other people. And with that, you have rescued your first civilian, and I believe you still have your action?
Yeah. Can I try with my action? Try to lift? I don't know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, sure. I
It's
don't
a
have
medium
anything
test.
more.
Now, I will say this is a medium test, which means you have the possibility of damaging the civilian if you fail. But listen, you don't know how much longer this inn is going to stay standing, so go for it.
Yeah, we go.
Make a might test.
I rolled a 7 and a 5, but I have a -1. So that's
11?
11?
11 or lower is the worst result. You're trying to lift up, you shift some of the stones, and with that, they were holding some larger pieces of debris, and they shift and they collapse on her, and you hear a groan of pain as she takes 1d6 points of damage. Jesus. A 6. So you can see she is winded. Like, that was more than half her health. She can't take that kind of damage again.
Oopsie. That's why I don't this kind of things. I'm going to shout.
But that was your turn.
Slayer, I need you here.
Sure.
So now I'm going to delete the starting area thing, and what we have now is this Ruinant now. These don't like the sort of things that have been happening, but they want to prevent the rest of you from getting closer. So it's going to move towards the conduit, and is going to... You see the Ruinant with its like bestial stance and its long slithering tongue moves closer. It's going to use its bloodletting claws. Ooh, wait. Hold on. Let's move it back to its starting position, because I just read that it has... If it can get 2 creatures in its range, it'll attack them both. So it has a speed of 6, which I think is not enough to get to where it wants. Which means instead of that Ruinant moving, it's going to be this Ruinant moving up, and it's going to slash at Silver and Slayer. So that Ruinant is this one, and so this is going to move up past the turn tracker, so that we know you've taken a turn. And also I'm going to move Manners up, because you had a great turn. So this Ruinant is going to slash with its bloodletting claws as they reach out towards Silver and Slayer. Our 2 beefiest... Whoa! 2 6s for a 12. Plus 1 is 13. A solid mid-tier result. So, Silver and Slayer, you both take 5 damage.
Wow.
5 damage.
They hit
Okay.
hard.
Remember your reactions. Remember your reactions.
Yes, if you have any reaction you wish to have the damage.
Excuse me. Trigger action.
Trigger action.
Yes.
No, I'm gonna save it until the
If
next
not-
round.
And then the Ruinant is going to take a maneuver to
Sir.
do a knockback.
Sorry, I have a trigger action parry. I don't know
Wonderful.
if I can use it. It says
Yeah, you can.
if a trigger a creature makes a weapon attack against a target, effect the attack damage against that target is half.
So I think currently you are the only valid.
Yeah.
So you parry as the claw rakes out at you. You interpose your shield.
Self or one ally.
So 5 damage
Yeah.
halved is for 2. You take 2 damage
Thank you.
to your stamina. And now where is knockback? I believe it's a might. Yeah, so it's going to attempt to push the Fury.
Okay.
It's might for push 1, push 2, or push 3. Ooh, terrible result. But every result is a result. So even with might 0, a total of 4, that would be pushing the Slayer back 1. Do you have any stability, Slayer?
Yeah, I have a 1 of stability.
So you feel as the claw from this demon slashes into you, and it tries to dig in and push you backwards, and you root yourself and do not move.
Okay.
So now it is one of your one of the heroes' turns.
Could I go?
Sure.
Okay, so Slayer is going to listen to manners, but also this creature just attacked him, so that's priority.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Well, if that is not family, well, let's go then. I'm going to show him how it's done. I'm going to just take a step in front of him. And I'm just, let's start basic. Let's go brutal slam on this guy.
Remember
So
that
I'm
you
just
gain some, maybe.
What?
No, your resource. I don't know if you gain some.
Yeah, no,
at the
I
start
gain
of
stuff.
the-
I gain stuff. Don't worry. I'm trying to track. So that's gonna be my power roll is gonna be 2d10, and I don't add anything to that, right?
It's a power roll, so I think it's 2d10 plus your might.
Plus my might. That is true. That is going to be +2. And let me just check my rage.
You're
No,
at
that's
rage
damage. Yeah, that is damage. So doesn't matter. That's gonna be 17.
17, I believe, is a tier 3 result.
Yeah.
So I'm going to brutal slam this guy for 16 damage, and I'm going to push him 4.
Holy shit!
Could I push this guy against the Remanche that is behind him? Or
Yes,
does it have
I
to be a
believe that
straight
is a
line?
valid push. Yeah, it's a straight line away from you, but it can be slightly diagonal. Yeah.
Okay, so the way this is gonna go, I'm still not wielding my weapons. I'm just gonna grab him by the face. This is how it's done, and I'll just toss him in that direction.
Wow. So what happens is you said 16 damage. So the Ruinant is immediately winded. As you can see, most of his form is torn by the brutal slam. It falls back 1, and then it impacts the demon behind it. How much pushback did you inflict?
It's
4.
push 4.
4. So it moved 1. There is 3 forced movement remaining. It cannot keep moving. It impacts another creature. They both take that forced movement. So they both take 3 damage.
Okay.
And you can see as the Ruinant very nearly is obliterated and is barely scraps of abyssal flesh hanging together. The eyes, bright with bloodlust once as it slashed at you, are dim, and one of them is on the ground. It's in bad shape. And you see the Ramash, slightly stockier behind it, is knocked back and is mostly annoyed with the Ruinant for getting in its way.
All right. So the
That was
Ramash
your
is
action.
pushed back as well, right?
Yeah. No.
Could I-
They stop the movement and they take damage.
I understand. Okay, fantastic. I just didn't want them to go into the hole. My question is, I spent one square of movement. Can I use the rest of
You can keep using the rest of your squares.
Okay,
Yeah.
fantastic. So with that, and considering that I never fail my leaps, could I leap to where Manor is?
I think that is too many squares.
That is 15 squares.
15 squares.
I'll be
So
happy to
you
do
have,
the
I
test,
think,
though.
Slayer,
5?
do
But
you
you-
want a little bit of a push past these creatures?
Sure.
Okay, so I'm gonna use my triggered action, which is called Void Embrace. So she's gonna pull out the data pad. She's gonna type some stuff, and then she's gonna say something which translates to, like, execute Void Embrace, and you teleport 2 squares.
Okay.
Or 4. So if you want to, you could probably teleport, move here maybe, and I'm gonna say here, and then you could teleport past them, and you
Can-
don't get like opportunity attacks. I think. You could do
A
that.
question: can you teleport him on the air? Like he jumps as far as he can, and you teleport him to squares?
No, because
What's
I
the
need
range?
to be. No, I need to be within five squares of him. So
Oh,
So-
actually, sorry, director. Because of my rage, I would have had a bonus to weapon damage, even equal to my might score, if I was at least 2 squares from when I started my turn when I attacked. So,
But you weren't. You were 1 square from where you started.
I see. Okay. Oh,
And-
at least, yeah, I misread. I'm sorry. That's fine.
Another question: can't you change maneuvers for movement?
No. You can change action for maneuver or movement.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So at
So-
most you can move twice or maneuver twice and move
Got
once.
All right.
So,
So
my question,
Slayer,
director,
you
was-
can't make it there in a jump this turn.
I see. How far could I make it though? Let me just calculate. But I'm going to do that movement.
are you gonna
with
take the
with the
teleport?
void
then?
maneuver,
actually-
you could move quite a bit. Like your void elementalist
where's
could move
my
you
ruler?
to a more advantageous position, and then you could do a smaller jump. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess that this could be a target. So
I think the void elementalist has to teleport you first because
Okay.
she
Yeah.
can only teleport things.
I can teleport
that are
you
near.
4 if I spend 1 essence.
4. Okay.
No,
1, 2.
that would be there.
Actually, if you can teleport me 4 from
Yeah.
If-
here,
and then you
that's
will fall.
Still
That-
1 square.
Yeah, you,
No.
you can push out of the air.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
They can teleport you to the other side of the demons, or they can, or
No.
glasses can teleport you
That was my idea.
somewhere
And, no,
up north.
either or.
Yeah, which one is? I would say I'm gonna go south because that is a little bit closer.
Okay. Glasses. Are you spending the essence to?
Do you need a 4 or is there enough with
No.
2?
I mean,
What is
Or
it without
actually-
essence? 3, 2?
2.
or actually, do you know what? No, don't worry about it, because
Okay.
I think Ragosh would actually kill these 2 instead before going to manners because that is safer actually.
So
Okay.
I
So
will
let's
say
do
this: you still have your maneuver.
Mm-hmm.
If you do a knockback, that will do additional damage, and the ruinant seems on it's barely hanging on to any shred of its essence.
Okay,
So
let's
if
do
you
that.
hit the ruinant with forced movement damage,
Mm-hmm.
that will destroy it.
Okay, so for that I would have to spend my maneuver, right?
Yeah, to do
Okay,
a
this is
knockback,
Okay,
which is
so I
power
was-
roll plus might.
Okay.
Tier 1 is you push 1. Tier 2 is push 2. Tier 3 is push 3.
Okay. It's just that I didn't find that option in the cheat sheet, so that's what. I
No,
was
it's
doubting.
not. It's
That's-
in the rules.
Yeah, it's an 8.
Oh no. But what do you roll 1d10? Isn't it? You're
That's
missing,
Roll
true.
another d10.
You're
Okay.
missing a d10
I thought I typed
too.
2. Yeah. So 8 plus 7 that'll be
15. Yeah.
15. That is a tier 2 result. So where you have to get closer to the ruinant to be able to push them.
Okay.
And then
So let's go. Yeah, I'm gonna push him against the Remanche again.
again. Okay, great. You do push 2.
Mm-hmm.
And the ruinant barely clinging to pieces, literally with 1 point of stamina left, is smashed into the Remash and is destroyed.
Okay.
And the
So,
Remash takes another 2 points of damage and is looking annoyed.
Oh wow.
Okay.
And you still
so,
have, I think, 4 squares of movement.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go. Yeah, if I keep moving in this direction, I would have to make.
You'll get the Remash will get a free strike against you.
But it has to be melee, right?
Well, you don't know, but for most creatures, yes.
Okay, so I'll try to go around it. I'll find a way to go around it, but I'm going to spend the last. I spent.
Like the diagonal. In this case?
Yeah. I'm gonna try to go around the Rema so it doesn't hit me, and that's gonna be me. So I'm gonna keep moving while the rest of you have the turns, just so that I don't spend too much time here. So I guess I'm gonna hog the wall a little bit and then continue to turn in the direction of manners, and that's it.
Okay, so you place yourself up against the wall. There's this
2,
closed door
3,
that you don't know what's
4,
in that room, and then you keep
5.
making your way further south
So that will
and going
be
around the demon.
Yeah, right there.
All right, and that is Slayer. That's your turn.
Can I go?
No, it's one of the
No,
demons this
Oh.
time.
They go and then you can go.
Okay.
Remember, it's 1 and 1. Yeah.
As this Ruinant moves 5 and is going to attack Stone because it can't get 2 of you in the one at strike. Ooh, with a 4 plus 3 plus 1 is 8. Tier 1 result, only 2 damage to the sturdy dwarf conduit. So, no worries. And now it is one of your... Well, no, he's going to try and knock back the dwarf. Probably not going to work.
No, it's very stable.
5 plus 7 is 12, which is a tier 2 result, which is push 2, but I believe... Well, I don't know. What's the stability of our dwarf conduit? Stability 2. Sturdy dwarf. Unmoved. No damage. Yeah. As solid as the rock they were crafted from by Ord. And now it is one of your turn.
Yeah. Can I go?
Sure.
Question. Ranger attacks for my character is how much distance? 5?
Yes. The range free strike that you have is range 5.
Okay, so if I use... Okay, that's target. So I'm going to use my maneuver. My maneuver is mark. I'm going to mark that that target. It say that target is marked by you until the start of your next turn. When attacking the market target, you and each of your allies gain an edge of power rolls and deal an extra damage equal to your reason. My reason is 2. So I'm going to say, glasses, stone, take care of that, and run on the opposite direction. I'm going to attack this one. Ouch.
Okay. And you, because it's your turn, you gained 2 focus.
Oh,
Which,
true. Yeah,
make sure you keep track of that.
I have notes. So 1, 2, 3. That's correct.
Yeah.
Okay, and for my action, I'm going to use my signature ability, swatch this buckler.
Correct.
So that's 2d10, right?
2d10 plus might in your case.
2. A 7 and a 2, so 9, 11.
11 is the tier 1 result.
Tier 1. 5 damage.
So you slam your shield into this demon, but even though it's not as fluid in its motions, it has thicker trunk-like legs, and its upper body, most of its torso seems to be open in a jaw, and there's these tentacles coming out. You slam into its legs to try and push it into the hole, and it somehow stays standing. You can see it was a solid hit. It did a chunk of damage, but that demon is not winded.
Ouch, my English. I will take care of this. Help the others. And that's it.
So you still have some movement left if you want, or you can stay where you are.
Oh, true. I'm going to move. But never mind.
So-
That's. So I knew how much?
You have a lot of movement. You have 8 because as a tactician you were able
Yeah.
to take the shining armor kit, which makes you the most
Say.
sturdy character here, and also another kit that made you move quite a bit.
Remember
Alright.
that if you move, you're going to trigger an attack, but you can
Yes,
shift
uh,
if you spend double your movement.
So you take 3 damage as you dash past the demon.
It's
Some
okay.
of its tongues slap, and you can feel as they slide along your scales. Some of them get stuck to the tongue and get ripped
Oh,
off.
wow.
That's 3 untyped, just regular normal damage.
Got it. It's okay.
Okay. Now it is going to be the Ramash's turn, and it has a speed of 5.
Why are you coming towards the assholes?
Fortunately, you are just out of its range, unfortunately, which is really...
I think it could attack stone if he wanted to.
Yes.
Come on, stone, hold your ground. You
So
said
it's
your
going to
mark,
move
Silver, your mark gives us an edge.
an
So
edge.
attacks
And
an
if you
edge.
get the tier 3 result, Silver gets a focus.
That's awesome.
So,
And the edge is 2 damage.
yeah. You see, as the Ramash, in fact, there's a puff of dark smoke that is very reminiscent of the kind of things that your friend Manners can do, and the very solid, slow-moving demon reappears next to Stone. Its tongues wrap around the conduit for 6 plus 1. Wow. Terrible. Tier 1 result. That's 4 points of damage. But as they wrap around, you see as it begins to leave a trail of these black particles that drift down to the ground, and only the tongue remains attached to Stone as this cloud drifts forward 2 as it teleports 2 squares, and it is now next to Glasses.
So
And then
Do you have a trigger action or something?
yeah,
Well-
but it's when someone moves.
it is now going to use its maneuver, because this has just been its movement and its action. It's going to spend 5 villain points. Wait, can
Villain
it?
points?
I don't.
What?
That's a thing that I have that you guys don't know about.
Oh,
Elena,
is this
wait,
like a
the-
fear?
Elena, by the way, it's an edge and a +2 on damage.
Yeah, that's sure. Thank you.
Be right back. Continue.
Hold on. It has an ability called... Oh, wait. It's its own... It's the same one. Excellent. So, as a maneuver, it spends 5 villa points and it attacks again. So now it's going to slap its tongue against Glasses. That's the thing that it does. It spends 5 villain points, which is a significant... it's a decent amount. So now the tongue slaps out... again. Only the worst... The tier 1 result, that is 4 damage against Glasses. This is melee damage.
Still hurts. Let me check for damage. 17. Yep. Okay. Silver already went, and now it's either myself or Stone. Okay, I'm gonna go myself.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's a good question. If I teleport now, I don't give the Ramash any attacks.
No,
Of opportunity,
teleport does not
yeah.
provoke opportunity attacks.
Okay. So, and if I do an area effect that includes the arena that has the mark, do I get the bonus or not?
Yes.
To the roll.
So you do the power roll and you apply the
No.
+2 to the result against the ruinant, in case that pushes it over a tier.
Okay.
As long as it's an attack, I think.
Yeah.
Which I think
No,
they
in
all
that case, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna I'm gonna use my triggered action, the Void Embrace. I'm gonna teleport 2. So I'm gonna go 1 and 1, 2. And do I have line of sight to the Ruinant in this situation?
Yes. Not only is stone fairly short,
Kind of small, yeah.
you can see it's not there. You don't fully use every space in your square.
And that was
So
my
you can see
triggered
past.
action. And now I'm gonna use my signature ability, which is Void Ray, and I'm going to write something in Datapad, and out of nothing, like out of nowhere, like a ray is gonna appear, which looks like as if like a piece of the night sky had appeared in the middle of reality, and hits the Ruinant. So that's an edge is a d6 extra.
An edge is +2.
To the roll.
Yes. So do your power roll as normal, and if it's a 9, the +2. If it's a 10, the +2 can push it to tier 2. If it's a 15, it pushes it to tier 3.
Okay. And the damage is independent of that. Okay.
Correct.
On a good roll. Oh yeah.
Ooh!
Wow.
This is one of the times where it is going to make the difference.
Yeah, it's gonna turn into a third level. So
I gotta
now
focus.
No, you're already. Yeah.
the Ruinant gets 9 corruption damage, and it is slowed until end of turn.
Okay, so 9, and let's look for a little snail or a boot or an arrow to the knee sort of a thing. There's a little snail. Slowed. And how much does the Ramash take?
No. I mean, I just did a single target because I
okay.
wanted to. Yeah. So
Oh,
that was
excellent.
that. And let me check one thing. So
Question.
I wanted to ask. I'm gonna keep on moving. Can I open this door
Absolutely.
as a maneuver?
I believe it's a free maneuver to open a door that is not locked, and these doors
Okay.
are not locked.
So I'm gonna open this door.
Okay.
Is there anybody inside?
Yes, you notice under the bed is a human who is passed out. You gather they took the chance to like dive under the covers to get to safety, and if it's the fear or the smoke or whatever, they are passed out.
I'm really weak.
They're not trapped. They are just under the bed.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna. That was okay. Let me check once again because I don't have that much movement. So I teleported 2 and now I moved 3. So I have.
You should
2
still have
left.
some movement.
I have 2 left. So I'm gonna go inside,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna try to drag them out of the bed.
If you have a maneuver, you can try and you can wake them up.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna spell a maneuver. I'm gonna wake them up.
So you see this human who heard what sounded like the end of the world and passed out. They are shaken awake by an alien creature with no eyes, a shiny visor, lights, and reflections of stars that are not visible in the night sky of Ord. And they yell, "Ah!" and
Say, I'm one of the good ones. I'm ugly. I'm sorry, but you have to come out now. This place is coming apart.
and as you don't
Go,
prevent
go.
them from running
Yeah.
away, they escape, and you have rescued a second civilian. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
And
damn,
Wake
like
the
pass in
fuck up,
front of that.
samurai.
it's okay. And so now I have one more square of movement. I'm gonna return here, and that's gonna be the end of my turn. Because I did move,
Excellent.
maneuver, everything.
Manners. You hear screams from the rooms north of you, like
Yeah.
a couple of screams from that general area, and you hear what sounds like a glob of acid hitting a wall or the ground and hissing, and you hear movement in some of the other rooms. And you guys don't know, but stuff is happening in those rooms. Okay. And now it's going to be stone. And there's a couple of creatures right in front. Well, so I'll be currently running stone as the pre-generated conduit because they're fairly complicated. But I am hopeful that in following sessions, other members of our group can join us, and stone will fade into the background, join with other members of the chain, and go somewhere else, or tragically die this session. We'll see.
No, Stone, we love you.
No, we don't know you that much, but still, give us the chance, dude.
I mean, the art for stone is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see, they have a massive stone circlet that would presumably fit on the head of a larger creature, but he wears it around his neck as he does not consider him worthy of wearing the crown, considered a relic of Xerok the Lawgiver. And piety. At the start of each round of combat, he gains 2 piety. Oh, so for instance, one important thing, I forgot to use my Holy Infusion trigger ability, which I could have used previous times. So if at some point it has a range of 12, so if one of you really needs an edge, just yell out, "Help, Stone!" And Stone will use their Holy Infusion to give one of you an edge on the attack.
Just in the attack?
Yes.
Oh.
But it's usable after seeing the result. In fact, you know what? Let's retroactively reapply it to the attack that Glasses made. So we're going to roll to see...
But Glasses
it gains an edge, which you didn't need because it was already a tier 3 result, but it deals an additional holy damage equal to twice Stone's intuition. So that's an additional 4 damage that Stone did against the Ruinant, and that means that the Ruinant is winded.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they have Holy Weakness 3, so that 4 turns to 7. So the Ruinant is very nearly obliterated. This is excellent.
This is so good.
Stone's player is really good and totally did not forget the triggered ability.
I love this.
But now Stone is going to do what any valid good conduit does and pray. And he is going to pray to Xerok the Lawgiver to receive piety and perhaps additional effects. 10 plus intuition plus 2, 12. Well, that's an... Oh, no, wait, because you get a double edge the first time you pray. You then get 1 edge the second time you pray, and then a bane, and then 2 banes, because at a certain point, Xerok has other people to give power to. So it was a tier 2, but with a double edge, it moves up to tier 3, so 2 piety. So now Stone is standing at 4 piety, and he gets to choose a domain effect. And you know what? How wounded are y'all?
The only ones
you
that
are within 10.
got some damage, it appeared to be Slayer and Silver. I don't know if Glasses... I see
Yeah.
there.
So, Slayer, you're going to get 20 temporary stamina.
20
So
temporary
add
stamina.
20 onto what you have now.
Okay.
As Xerok the Lawgiver exerts
put it here.
his power and tips the scales of justice, and you are filled with the power of life. Yeah, this is great.
Yes, thanks, Stone.
And now, so that was his maneuver. He has not moved. He is going to use Thunder of the Divine. The gems that are in his head glow, and there's a resonance that builds up within the crown of stone as sonic damage builds up and then explodes into, ooh, terrible roll. 7 plus 2, 9. So the tier 1 result, that's 4 sonic damage and push 1. But 4 is all that the Ruinant had left. So this Ruinant is destroyed and pushed back 1. And the Rimash, does it have any stability? It does not. These folks are easy to push around. It's winded, and is pushed back 1, and that means that stone is free to start moving. They're very, very slow speed. I think they only have a speed of 5. Yep, speed of 5. Had an up there. All right. Oh wait! That Ruinant had an edge, so it would have been 5 sonic damage, push 3. So it splatted against the stone walls of the inn, but unfortunately it was not a tier 3 result, and therefore Silver does not receive additional focus. And that is Stone's turn. And then Manners and Stone both hear more noises of battle and panic happening in those rooms. And with that, we reach the end of the first round.
Gonna roll my rage.
Hold on, let me figure out how much damage is dealt to off-screen. Oh, jeez, that's bad.
Okay, that's not fantastic.
Oh, all right.
For everyone is looking, sorry, we are still learning this.
Yeah.
And this combat is more complex than a danger room scenario that I would have created. But this is not full complexity. Like, there are additional rules that are not coming into play just yet. What happens in round 2?
Oh, sorry.
My turn. Okay.
Okay. So, Slayer, as you're standing there, you find yourself surrounded by this feeling of life. Leaping from the hole in the ground is another Ruinant. And they land right in front of you, between you and Silver.
They kind of manifest out of nowhere?
No, so this one came... something sent it from the lower levels, but it did seem to have an idea of where it was going. Do any of you have monsters as a skill?
Yes, I do.
Yes, too.
So you can make a reason test and add +2 because you have the monster skill.
This is for free? Like, I mean, without taking any action?
Yeah.
It's
We'll make it a hard test, or you can make it a medium test if you take a maneuver.
I'm gonna do it as a hard test, and because I have a +4, because I have reason 2, so 2 and 2.
We are both the same. So it's 2d10 +4 then?
Correct.
Oh fuck! So close.
Closer than mine.
Oh, but this is wrong too. Can I say? I know, but it's only for attacks.
Correct.
I was gonna say, Stone, help me.
So you are racking your mind trying to think demons. They are inhabitants of the lower planes of the timescape.
No.
They're chaotic. You're trying to remember. They consume souls. They do things with souls. It's a bad idea to get killed by a demon. And if a demon has been killing, they become more powerful. There's something on the tip of your brain that you can't like.
And I start spewing this information, by the way, that she was looking on the datapad, and the datapad somehow started like kind of like glitching, and that was why she didn't get all of the information. Start saying, demons consume souls, demons get stronger with souls, it's bad to be killed by a demon, and I'm almost like preaching to the rest of the group.
Noted.
Okay.
Top of the round?
Yeah. Second round, you still have the initiative.
Can I go first? I can dedicate myself to save people.
I think according to the rules, the first person that goes in the round goes always first. Or was that wrong?
No. I mean, you heroes go first, but you can choose who goes first among you.
Go, Manners. Yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you said that I heard from which room? This one or
Both.
this one?
Different sounds coming from each of the rooms.
All right. I'm going to make the rounds. I'm going to look at the woman and say, "Well, I already called my friend, so you just have to wait here." Don't die, please.
Charming but heartless.
Yeah, despite your what might one consider scary looking appearance, you have a wonderful bedside manner, and the woman who was partly crushed by your actions and is in clear pain just sort of leans back, and it's just maybe they're praying, who knows, but they appear to be content at the moment and just waiting for future heroes to come and rescue.
All right, I'm going to move here and open the door.
Okay, what you
Excuse
see-
me. I'm
Yes,
going to knock
is-
and then open.
Ooh, hold on. Let me prepare this handout because it's a little cool. You open the door and you see a civilian who is holding their arm and they're yelling in pain. And then you look down and there's it's almost cute in a sort of creepy, ugly, cute way. As you see what is called a pitling.
A what?
A little demon that looks vaguely
pitling.
like a rodent, vaguely like a lizard, but its head sort of splits open, and you can see its tongue is dripping with some kind of clearly damaging fluid that hurt the
He's
The
so
civilian.
cute.
Where is
Where is
there?
it?
Where is there? Where is there?
It's a mysterious note on the handouts
yeah.
page.
I'll show it to players again.
It's like a gremlin.
Wait. What the?
What the fuck?
So-
I know.
So the person I see is hugging what? Sorry, the
An
audio.
arm.
The
Like,
arm,
they've
yeah.
been hit
What the
by
hell is
something.
that?
Like you can see, yeah. They don't look badly hurt, but it's painful, right? And this pitling is between the civilian and the door.
All right, so I have to get rid of the pitling. I'm going to say, oh, all right. Remember that you are in my depth, and I'm going to. I moved, I think 6 to get here, so I still
Yeah.
have 2.
Because of your immense speed,
Actually,
your
ah,
swift, fancy
ah,
feet.
Actually, I'm going to do something different because I'm going to
Okay.
use my action to use my signature ability. I work better alone, and this has a range of 3. So
Okay.
once again, I'm going to spread my wings, and I'm going to pull out my rapier, launch forward, try to stab the pitling, and then go back quickly.
Okay. So because the pitling has no allies, none of your allies adjacent, you gain an edge on this attack.
No allies of mine. Yeah, I was reading that that effect is like that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, you work better alone.
Yeah, no,
The
not
pitling
them.
doesn't
It's
work
like
better alone.
yeah, that doesn't make sense. So yeah, that pitling is fucking dead. That's all I'm going to say. So I rolled a 9 plus 7, so that's 16 plus my agility. That's 18 plus the edge. That's
Yep. So
yeah.
that is a tier 3 result, which I believe means you also gain additional insight.
Yeah.
Correct?
I gain an insight, and
So unless you've used some, you should have 5 insight.
I have 5 insight.
Yep. As this pitling is skewered, and you retract the rapier, and it just sort of falls apart into ash and foul-smelling liquid. And the civilian looks at you and goes, "Thank you, thank you." And,
Don't thank me.
Is going to
You
rush
you are going to pay up later. And I'm going to use my maneuver to actually he's running for the exit, and I'm going just to poof in a black ash cloud, and appear here and open the door, if I can, only if I can.
Yeah. Yes, you can. It's these doors are not locked, so it's a free maneuver. Which you have as long as you can take maneuvers. You can take as many as are needed.
Once again, I
And-
knock. Excuse me.
Yeah, you open, and you see in this room the situation is worse, because the demon that is in this room is deadlier. It's larger. It's more of a predator,
Shit.
and you can see some of its claws are bloody, and you can see that the civilian is like clutching its stomach, as the demon has already struck once already. And I believe that's the end of your turn.
So good.
That's
I'm
the end
losing
of my turn.
Yeah.
Yes. The demon art, I believe, is by Nick Despain, who you can find as Future Ghost on social medias, and is an incredible artist who works for MCDM.
I'm losing my shit. It is so good. Oh.
Yes. This art is from Flea Mortals, but I believe also matches the descriptions in Draw Steel. So that's manners. I will take the turn of the Ruinant that is between glasses and silver. As that Ruinant is going to... It has some villain point powers that it's going to... Yep. As you can see, this creature, its eyes are glowing with light. It seems more invigorated than the Ruinants you faced mere seconds ago. And you can see as some of that burns away, you see what seems like steam coming off of it, as it's going to use Soul Burn to add a double edge to any attack they make.
Okay.
So these are powers that demons can use as they become filled with souls, which are represented by villain power points. Villain points. Ooh, that is a terrible roll for 6 plus 2, that's 8, plus 1, 9. It's still, but, so it's a tier 1 with a double edge, goes to tier 2. Silver and Slayer both take 5 damage.
Oh. 5 damage. Parry.
Yep, so that 5 damage is halved, unless you want to spend some focus and reduce it even more.
No, for now. I'm...
Okay.
Wait, saving my focus.
Yeah.
So it's,
Sorry,
what
so
type
it's 2?
2 to Silver, 5 to Slayer, who I believe has some temporary stamina that takes that.
What type of damage is this?
It is regular untyped damage.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I discounted the 5.
And then it's going to shift to move away from both of you. So it's going to shift 3 and move along the wall towards glasses. And that is the turn of the Ruinant. As it was moving...
Oh.
No, it was shifting. Sorry, when it was there, it's going to attempt to knock back the Slayer with their maneuver. That
Against the
is-
chimney? Or against the
Try
pillar or
it.
something?
Yeah, so that was really good. That was 18, which is push 3.
Okay.
So I believe you have stability 1. That's
So he
that would
pushes
be
me
2
2.
damage as you are moved.
Okay.
Now, Slayer, do you remember your triggered action?
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's true. Yeah, sure. Let's make it easier for Silver. I'm just going to, as he tries to push me, I'm going to use my trigger reaction and grab him by the face again and push him in my place instead of him pushing me.
Okay, so what happens as it tries to push you 3? What what actually happens? Can you read the
It says size are smaller within distance. Additionally, you can increase the force move distance by a number of squares equal to my might score, which is 2. And do you know what? I'm going to spend 1 rage because I have 3 to make it double my might score instead. So that's gonna be 4. That's gonna be 4 squares.
So it tried to push you 3. It is instead pushed 3 plus 4.
I don't know. You rule it.
Yeah,
But I'm
so-
I'm going to do the 4. I'm going to
Yeah.
spend. I already spent the rage.
So the Ruinant slithers away from you, Silver. As you see, it's being careful. It knows both of you are dangerous in melee, and as it gets into position, it sees the Orc Fury up against a solid stone pillar that is beginning to crumble as pieces of it begin to fall inwards, and it tries to slam the Fury into the pillar, hoping maybe to make the floor collapse even faster, and Slayer, you reach deep into this well of primordial energy within you, and as the Ruinant leaps to crash into you, you grab on, spin, and in what direction? Yeah, you push him away from you, so against the wall behind. 7, 1 to hit the wall, 6 damage as it slammed against the stone wall.
That's so good.
Yeah. That's... So it took 6 damage on its maneuver, and you used your reaction, and it then shifts 2 more squares as it tries to get away from you. Not winded, but a little discombobulated perhaps, as it was not expecting that.
Coward.
Okay. Can I go?
Yeah, that is the
Yeah.
end of the
Silver.
ruin.
You run or I
Silver,
run?
take him.
Yeah, running. I'm going to pursue that. That.
Can I show something?
Yes. What?
There are supplies on one of the rooms on the south.
Yeah, so Manners points at this room and yells that there are supplies in there.
Enemies first.
Yes.
Agreed.
They are running to my friends. So. Yes. Okay, I'm running back.
Mm-hmm.
Again, maneuver. I'm going to mark that creature. Then, as my action, I'm going to use my kit signature ability, Protective Strike. I'm going to try to taunt, to make it focus to me, so don't move.
So you should now have, I think, 4 insight as you gain... No, 5, because you got one last time. So you
5
should have 5 insight.
Insight?
You got focus.
Focus.
Sorry, 5 focus. Yes.
I count that I have 3. Oh, you are right, I have 5.
You got 2 more because it's
Yeah.
it's another one of your turns. So now you
Never
have
mind. I'm going to wait it for the next one. Yeah. Ooh. I have 5. And I'm like, nah, 2 away for everyone. Okay. Protective strike. Go. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
That is a... I think you have an edge when attacking marked creatures.
I roll a 5, a 2 and a 3, plus 2 plus 2. Right?
Stone is going to look at you and go, Zerok brings justice! And you gain another edge. So with double edges, it pushes you up 1 tier, and so you get the middle tier.
Nice! Okay, that's 9 damage. And it's down
Plus
to...
4 holy damage
Yes.
from
Ooh.
stone.
And it's plus 2 damage for the taunted. For the mark.
You do additional
9.
damage when you attack your marked enemy?
Mark the target marked by you until the start of the turn. When an attacking a creature, you can. You and each of your allies gain an edge of power roll and deal extra damage equal to your reason. And my reason is 2.
Oh. So that, yeah, the Ruinant was probably going... The other Ruinant that you'd previously marked would have died even sooner. So yeah, that is... So how much damage total did you deal? And then we'll add the holy
11.
damage. 11 damage, jeez.
It's 9 plus 2, 11.
So your sword gleams as it cuts through. You've clearly marked the weak spot, and this creature slammed against the stone wall by the Slayer. You bring your sword down, and then there's an eruption of holy light. As your sword is cutting through, it burns the demon away because of the weakness to holy damage. Yeah, that demon is destroyed.
That's so good.
I'm-
So good that teamwork.
I'm going
yeah.
to look back at Ragoch and yell, "Go, go, go!" And that's my.
I think you might still have some movement.
I'm
Yeah,
going
you
to-
still have
yeah.
4 squares left.
I'm going to move forward on that direction, but say to Ragosh to move also.
So finish moving your 4 squares, and that'll be the end of your turn.
2, 3, 4. No. Yeah, 4. That's it.
This Rimash is not having a great time. It's they keep running away from it. And it can't.
Oh, fuck, I totally forgot about it.
It's alright. Trust me, stone is more than capable of handling itself. So, it once again disappears in a cloud of black ash. And Manners, as you sort of turned to tell the whole room, you recognize it's a primitive, or perhaps your techniques are more refined, but it is a very similar form of shadow sorcery that you are seeing from this demon. As it lashes out with its abyssal strike against stone. Ooh, 16 plus 1, 17. That is 10 damage. That is a significant blow to stone. As you see, stone is now almost winded, not quite. Stone is fairly beefy as a dwarf, and therefore, but the Rimash teleports 5 as there is again a burst, and they appear in front of you, Manners, and then they're going to burn more villain points to strike you this time. Jeez, another tier 3 result. So this is 10 damage coming to you, Manners.
I'm going to use my trigger action. In all this confusion, he's just going to hit, and I'm part black ash and dissipates, and I'm going to teleport up to 4 squares into the room. Sure.
So you teleport those 4 squares.
I'm going to
The
teleport.
Rimash is now going to
And how much damage was?
10. So if you reduce it to
10.
half, it's 5.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to follow you. It teleports 5.
Wow.
Because it got its result. So you guys see as this demon disappears, strikes your conduit for a significant amount of damage, blinks again, strikes your shadow, and then there is like teleport combat as you are both trying to escape each
Nightcrawler
other.
moment.
Yeah. As it follows you through the black ash, it keeps on your trail. And that is the Rimash.
I have a question. The others, Renat and Rimash, we could see their lives. This one's not. That's by design?
No. It is. You should know by now that the Rimash is winded. So, and you have an idea of roughly like the Pitling was very weak. It was single digits. You were able to dispatch it easily. The Ruinant and the Rimash, yeah, they were somewhere between 20 and 30 stamina each.
All right. The Frenzied, we don't know.
Okay, so it is now for one of the heroes. Slayer, glasses.
Yeah, do you mind if I go?
No, please.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna take my 8 squares of movement because I received damage. So I'm going to continue the arc over here in the direction of where Manners pointed at. While I do this strike, nothing else comes out of the hole, right?
No.
Okay, so in that case, I'm going to use my action to continue moving in the direction of the civilian.
Wonderful.
I believe that's 8.
You maybe you can take a leap, so make the
you can
movement
jump straight.
easier?
Yeah.
No,
As you're running, you can feel the boards creaking, and you can feel that some of them are giving up out under your weight as you continue to run.
Yeah, no, but I have 8 squares, so I can definitely get in front of her.
Okay.
I guess if I do the
You heroically arrive. It is a maneuver to try and lift the stones. Now, it is a might test.
okay.
Would you happen to have the lift skill?
I do. I think. Let me triple check. Lift. Yes.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Super strong.
And also,
Oh,
does
that
your
was a
rage give you
problem.
any help?
No, my rage, or yes, I think it does. Let me. Oh, I have so many windows.
And by the way,
I
you
get
should
an-
have
yeah,
more
I get an
rage now.
edge. I get an
on
edge.
this round.
Yes, I get an edge. Yeah, because I have 2 rage, so I get an edge, and I have lift.
There you go.
Okay, so that's gonna be a power roll. So that's gonna be 2d10
I believe it's 2d10 plus 6.
plus
which
6. Okay,
About as much as you
that's
can
gonna
roll.
be dirty 20.
Yep. So, which is good because either of the other results were likely to kill her, even if
Okay.
like you might have been able to free her, but she would have taken damage. You arrive and you just place your hands like on her body and lift what seems like 2 or 3 of the weight of your body, and just toss. There's clatter of stone hitting the rest of the room, but it's not like it's going to be standing for much longer. As you free the civilian, and she just opens her eyes, and you see an elf who has been saved by one of the most violent orcs who has existed, and she just thanks you and rushes after her partner, and you have saved 4 civilians in 2 rounds.
As I lift
Y'all are
the
doing
stone, as I lift the stones, I go, "Now this is the plan. Get your ass to safety," and I'll stay there until the next turn. So I see Manners going into the room.
You
this
saw
room?
Manners teleport,
Oh,
and you heard the sound, the bamf.
Yeah. You
Like
saw me
behind
open
walls.
the door and then teleport. Maybe you can infer that I went on that direction.
Okay, cool. So that's gonna be it for me this time.
Okay, Glasses, do you have something that you want to do? Stone could try and help Manners.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to help banners. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna start my turn. I'm gonna move 2 here, and then I'm going to use my triggered action to teleport 2, and which is 2 here, and then I'm going to use. Okay, that was my trigger,
So-
and then when I will use my maneuver, which is practical magic, which allows me to teleport a number of squares equal to my recent score. Can I do that?
Okay, yes.
So I teleport 2 and then I teleport forward.
Wow.
What is the trigger for your, like what is for your triggered action?
The trigger for the is myself or an ally starts their movement, and at any point during the move, I can teleport.
Amazing.
So I
Yeah.
spend 1 essence on this, and then that is 6 of teleport. So 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm here. Should be here. And
So
I have
what
2
does
more
it look like as Glasses runs towards the pit? Pieces of stone and wood are falling in, and you just step into it.
Yeah, and she's not very agile or anything. So she jumps, and everyone's like, "What the fuck is she doing?" And then, kind of like she disappears. And once again, when she disappears, it's like reality like sort of unravels a little bit, and then self corrects, and then she appears, and then once again reality unravels another time, and then she appears on the other side, and there's like this remnant of like reality still like stitching up, basically behind her.
Ripples in
Yeah.
reality.
And I have 3 more movement because I moved 5. So I'm going to move 1 here. And do I have from here a line of sight to the Ramash?
You have line of sight to the Ramash, yes. Not to the frenzy.
So I'm gonna point at the Ramash and I'm gonna use well, actually, both of them are there. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna spend 2 of my essence, and I'm gonna go for staring to the abyss. So that's a 4 cube within 5. So this is for the 4 of them there. So basically, let me see if I can draw this. Can I draw this?
No need.
Oh, cool. Leave behind it. Oh, that is so cool. Thank you. Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
Forget.
You should be able to move it around.
Yeah. And now I'm going to I think it's perfect there. So I'm gonna go for my. This is plus reason. So come on, good roll. Oh, 17, which is just third tier.
Tier 3 result. So manners, you are landed there next to the civilian. You see the 2 scariest demons that you've seen so far, and then Glasses, describe what happens as the void enters
types
reality.
On the tablet, and when she says the words, it's like a long string of programming. Basically, I don't know programming, so I'm sorry.
We do.
And at the end, it executes, and the whole ground around you, basically, it is almost as if someone programmed into the world this thing, and there's a void, there's an opening, and then is looking at an empty void that has no end, and stars that can never be seen from Earth, or in this case. So yeah, and these creatures look at it, and both of them receive 6 psychic damage, which is my tier 3, and
6 psychic damage. Okay. Yep. Put this to the back.
And this only affects enemies. So if you go through there, you can avoid staring at it or anything like that. So, and that was my turn.
You see, the Ramash is badly hurt and the Frenzied is winded. So they are both in poor shape.
Awesome. And that was my.
That's your
Thank
turn?
you, whoever activated my.
Yeah,
trigger.
that's your ward as your void reaches out tendrils to make difficult terrain around you. So Stone is going to move 4, 5, and can get line of effect to both of them. He's not going to pray yet. He might have to, but he has 3 piety, which should be enough for what he needs. No, he's going to start saving it in case we need to start using recovery. So he's going to use his signature ability, Lightfall, which is a 3x3 cube, which includes the Frenzied and the Ramash, as the ground is covered in void, and then from the open ceiling, by the way, as you look up, you see above you, over the city of Blackbottom, it's like you're looking up at a mountain. There is rock, and there are you can see little bits of root, and flying above you are giant hawks around the city of Blackbottom. And some that you can see in the distance are carrying a massive ball of iron that seems to be wreathed in flames, and suddenly they let it go, and a moment later it disappears from view, and you hear a crash and a small quake, and you realize that cannonball essentially dropped from flying creatures is what came through the roof of this inn and started this process. And above you is not a mountain exactly, it is the Chrysopolis, the flying city fortress that Ajax commands. It has come to Blackbottom, and there is no saving the city. But you might be able to save yourselves.
Holy shit.
And now we get to roll as light that does not come from the sky, because there is an object blocking the light coming from the sky. It comes from the crown of stone around your conduit's neck. As it flows upward, it gleams from the gems in its face. And 15 plus 2, 17. Tier 3 result as 4
Nice.
holy damage. And because, well, yeah. I can teleport an ally in the area of effect to an unoccupied space within the area of effect. So he's going to teleport the civilian closer to you. And Manners, do you want to be...
No,
you're pretty good where you are.
yeah.
As the Ruinant is destroyed by the holy damage,
The Ramash.
and the Ramash takes 3 damage and is truly on its last legs. And that is Stone's turn. And it was going to be... Yeah. So that's it. That is the end of round 2. As we go into round 3, you hear the inn shaking even more. More pieces of... You hear rooms that you are not in collapse. And... This structure is in dire straits.
So this has been just the 3rd floor, right?
Silver, how much stamina do you have?
How much what?
Stamina do you have?
Currently 26.
Okay. Coming up from the pit, this scrabbling up on the boards is another Ruinant. And it came up next to you, and like it was... You see as sort of the tongue tasting the air turns towards you, and when its head pulls up from the boards, its eyes gleam and look towards you.
Oh. Oh, come on!
But there's only a single demon up here with everybody. So, who wants to go first?
So,
Hold on.
a question.
Hold on.
The Ramash is still alive, right?
Yeah, the Ramash is barely hanging on.
All right.
What is it, Jose?
On my kit, Shining Armor, it says on mobility, when an enemy ends their turn adjacent to you, you can shift up to 2 square as a free triggered action.
Sure.
What does that mean?
You can move 2 squares without provoking attacks of opportunity. And that's not part of your movement. So you can just move. You can just move like there if you want.
Exactly.
Just to be slightly further ahead.
Going to do that.
Yeah. You take the moment of as the tactics in the area are changing, and you reposition.
Oh. Yeah.
All right.
So
Question.
as you move past, you glance back, and you see what looks like movement in this room behind you. You see through the door. The door was open, but there was a collapse on the balcony, and yeah, you see movement in there. It is still not your It is still not your turn. That was a free triggered action.
Do you want to go first so
I'm
you
one-
can check that place?
I'm going to go. I want to go. Shit. What I do? What do you do?
So I will tell you this: you are a tactician. The Ruinant may be able to, like, if you run past, they'll strike at you. You could parry that and take almost no damage, and that will leave you your action and your maneuver to deal with whatever is in that space.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. Yeah. Okay. Just moving back. 5, 10. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay. So as you have more movement, by the way.
I know.
You have a speed of 8.
I know.
but
I
as you
wanted to
enter
know
that
what's
room-
happening in there.
Yeah, there's no people in the room, which is good, as you see that there's ceiling that collapsed down into the space. Mm-hmm. But on the balcony, you see 2 civilians trapped by rubble.
Where? There?
Hold on. Move to layer, token layer. There.
Oh. Okay. Hold on, coming.
Help us, please!
You have the attack right, so I have to parry.
Yeah, so the Ruinant slashed as you went by for 2 damage.
Spend a focus. The result of the attack is power roll. Is
Thi-
shooter that one.
Yeah,
no.
this is no tears, so
Not here.
you can just have it to 1 damage.
Okay, haven't.
Yeah, so you take 1 damage as the claws slash at you, and you know that probably that demon is going to come towards you unless one of your allies can engage it. But yeah, you see there are 2 civilians trapped. You would need a maneuver to free each of them, or a maneuver with a massive success that would allow you to free both of them at once.
Or he can spend his action for another maneuver.
Yeah, to do 2 maneuvers.
Yeah,
So-
that's
Yeah.
another option too.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to spend my action and the maneuver to do the 2 maneuvers.
Check first with your free maneuver, with your normal maneuver.
With
Maybe
normal
you
maneuver,
can-
Yeah.
My normal
Maybe
maneuver.
you get a really good success and free both.
Yeah, if you get a
with this
17
one.
or higher, yeah, you'll get.
Where is that? I can't find it. It's not marked,
So-
right?
This is an easy might test. So, easy tests, you are tier 1, you fail. Tier 2, you succeed. Tier 3, you succeed with a reward. So, the amount of debris is less on them because they were out on the balcony. So it's easier to lift what's on them, but there's 2 of them trapped. So you need 2 easy tests, or if you get a good enough result that you get a reward with a single maneuver, you'll be able to.
And
free
do you
them.
have the lift skill?
No, I don't
Maybe
have
that-
it.
Ugh. Let's
I
go
don't
for
have
it then.
Okay, I'm going to try it.
Yeah.
The 2
So
maneuvers.
you need to move closer. You need to move onto the balcony.
2.
Yeah.
That's the 2 that I had, and so I roll. What do I roll?
You can move diagonally without any additional cost, by the way.
Oh.
Pythagoras does not exist in Orden. Diagonals
I
are
was here, so
the same amount.
1, 2.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
Correct.
So you roll a 2d10 plus your might,
Plus 2.
Correct.
and you want a 17 or higher.
13.
So 13. That is a mid-tier result. You managed to lift the collapsed balcony door that was on top of them. You managed to free 1 civilian. And he goes, "Thank you, please." And they're asking you to help
I'm going to try
their
it.
friend.
Oh, fuck. 6.
6. They don't take any additional damage, but you're spending your time there, and with that, the other civilian is going to escape, and runs past the Ruinant, and you have saved 5 civilians.
There is nothing that I can do with focus, right? No.
I don't think you have a way to give yourself bonuses on skills or anything. Like, is there a skill that you would have applied? I mean, it's really hard.
Well,
You need to turn that 6 into a 12. It was a really
Yeah.
low roll,
I
which
know.
happens.
Okay, that's it. I'm going to be there and shield that civilian in case that critter came from me.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to use hesitation is weakness to take my turn right now. I'm going to spend 1 insight, but since it's my turn, I'm going to gain 2. So my current insight is 6. First, I'm going to look at the Remash and don't test your luck, please. And I'm going to use a Black Ash teleport to teleport how many squares? Up to 5 squares. So yeah, 1, 2, 3. No, I can move diagonally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just beside glasses, I'm going to appear. There is one more there. Please handle it.
I'll take care of it. No problem.
And I'm going to spread my wings, and I'm going to... There is no sound in these rooms, right?
No. And in fact, these were the baths where Glasses was bathing. So you know those rooms are empty.
Alright, so I'm going to spread my wings, and I'm going to fly to the second room. The second floor, excuse me.
Okay. So you float down, and we'll resolve that at the end of this round as you flutter down. I'm going to copy your token and paste it over on the other map.
Oh,
So that
but
I know.
do I get my action in case there is a demon there or something?
Yeah. So when we go over there, you'll...
Alright, I'm going to resume my turn.
Yes.
Alright. All
Uh,
good for me, for my side.
So there is one ruinant remaining. A ton of villain
Where?
points, but not a lot to spend them on.
Oh, that guy.
Let's see how smart they are. A tier 1 result. So it looks around. You see as its tongue sort of slithers and tastes the air, and it turns towards Slayer. And it's going to move 5. And it can't teleport, so it's just going to keep moving. Probably can't jump. So it reaches there, and it's trying to... It's sprinting towards Slayer. And that's where it ends its turn.
Thank you, stupid
Yeah.
creature.
A little question, this civilian is safe? After the teleport?
Not until that Ramash is dealt with.
Okay. You can move.
Can I go?
Sure.
Okay. So, because I'm using persistent, I gain 1 less essence, but now I get to use the stare into the abyss again. So, as a maneuver without spending essence. So I'm gonna use it, and let's check if this works. Oh, I wrote a little macro.
That's 11. That
Yay.
is a tier 1 result. And you see it for a moment as Stone thinks about it,
Yeah.
looks back at the Ramash and goes, how much damage is it?
Help me, Stone, please.
Well, how
I
much
don't think
damage
you
is
need
it?
it.
It's
Yeah.
it's 1 difference. Yeah, it's true. Okay, three sidekick just because it's level 1.
Yeah. So Stone sort of is extending his arm towards the civilian, who is freaking out as this demon is whirling around, and the devil that was engaging it disappeared. So the demon turns towards the civilian, and then the inky blackness that is currently covering the floor, tendrils grab up onto the demon and begin pulling it down. And you see as it tries to teleport away, there's small explosions of ash, and the ash gets absorbed by the void, and slowly the demon is pulled into nothingness, into the void.
Oh, that's so good. I love this.
And the civilian goes, and you see there's a moment where they expect the same thing to happen to them and are surprised when they can just walk out, and then Stone ushers them away, and you have saved.
The mathematical
6
equation is
civilian.
very complex, but it actually works to protect people, and with people like us, I could explain it to you if we had more time.
Yeah. There is a blinking symbol on your tablet that is marked IFF, identify friend or foe. But yeah, the others-
That's awesome.
From the
Okay,
other extreme of the floor, you hear nerd.
No. Are we sure in this room there's nobody here? Or
yes,
here?
Manners
Okay.
took a look in there when
Okay,
they were
sure.
teleporting, and were clear. And I think probably that room might have been where Slayer was polishing their skull.
Okay. So I'm gonna say, are we going down then? Or do we have another room to check? This one?
Yeah, I was wondering.
So you've
there are
been told
supplies
about
here.
the supplies in this room,
Okay.
and yeah, you saw Silver go into that room.
Okay.
Let me check one because I just accidentally pressed the wrong button. So,
Did
which
we check
room are we
here?
supposed to be going? Okay. Are
No,
we
this
supposed
one.
to check that one?
Oh,
Okay,
this one.
This one.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one where you were told there could be supplies.
Okay, I'm
Left
gonna
side.
That
check.
was my maneuver. So I'm gonna just move then.
I'm gonna go in this
maybe-
direction because I'm closer.
Yeah.
But did we like this one is empty?
Yeah, you looked through the door.
Uh-huh.
Let me see if there's a description for it.
Because I would have took a quick peek while I was going to help
Yeah.
the civilian over here.
So that is the fourth room. Yeah, you can see you see no people there.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So in that case, I'm going to use my triggered action to teleport 2. That's 1, 2, and then I can 5 more. 1, 2.
Why do you have like an area around your?
I don't know.
Okay.
That is your void
Oh, yeah.
board.
Mm.
Whenever I activate it, yeah, it's like people are
The,
like
the
enemies
tendrils
have-
of the void make it difficult terrain for her enemies.
Yeah. So that's 2 more in. Oh, there's a ruin in front of me.
So that was your triggered action, your movement. I believe you still have your action.
Yeah. Hi, Ruinant. Go to hell. I'm gonna use my Void Ray, which is with reason again. So +2.
They are not from here. I am
Oh
from here.
no, it's so.
Don't
Wait,
Something
wait, wait.
Yeah.
Zarok favors justice. And hold on. I think I can do extra cool stuff by spending piety. Yes. Double edge and deals holy damage equal to twice intuition. So
Oh,
that
that's
7
so good.
goes to a tier 2 result
Yeah.
and deals an additional 4 holy damage.
Yeah. So it takes from my attack 6 corruption damage, and it is slowed until end of turn. So that is my end of turn, if I remember correctly the rules.
I believe it's end of turn. So
Okay,
it has
so-
1 turn of being slowed and then it's
Yeah.
okay.
Slow then
Uh,
until end of turn, and now takes. You said 4, Holly?
4 holy damage, and it has weakness 3, so that's 7 damage. As you see, it goes to winded. Do you want to describe how it looks as your void is enhanced with holy justice?
I'm gonna probably imagine that it is this idea of in the middle of the void there's like a single ray of light passing through, like so quick and so fast that it almost feels like something that you saw out of the corner of your eye, and then it manifests into a huge bright light. I would imagine in front of the ruinant.
Okay. You burn through, and I have so few demons left that I'm going to spend 2 points to do soul parry. As you see, it opens its mouth, and the same kind of steam that you saw power before just creates this kind of bubble in front of it, and your blast burns through it, and it hits its face, but it's not as badly wounded as it would have been. So
Oh wow.
it is, yeah. What would have winded it and left it at nearly a third of its health only does a half of that.
Yeah. And that's my turn.
Great. Well, I got no demons left to, so I guess Stone will do their turn to try and give Slayer some chance at getting past the Ruinant to get some supplies.
This ruinant already went? The one here?
Yeah, it was over near where Silver was, and it rushed to try and get to Slayer. A bit of more meta. It moved there to make it harder for you guys to get the supplies, to try and pin you, to try and prevent you from escaping down the stairs, and make things more complicated. So, do I have a powerful attack that I can do? Do I want to do? The teleporting Lightfall would be good, but you guys are just out of the space for that. So I suppose sparks begin to build up inside the collar of stone, and it creates active like arcs of lightning among several of the points around it, and then a bolt of lightning sparks out against the Ruinant. Let's go 2d10 plus 2. 14 plus 2 is 16. Just enough for tier 2, not enough for tier 3. 6 lightning damage, and they have the Ruinant has a Bane on their power roll. Okay. And that was Stone's movement, action. I feel like I have a maneuver. How is anyone wounded enough that they want to spend? Stone is. Stone is pretty hurt. Yeah, they took 10 damage from the. So Stone
Poor
is
Stone.
going to use Healing Grace as a maneuver, and they are going to spend 1 recovery, and they are not going to spend Piety. So they are at 5 Piety.
Remember to practice self-care, guys. Very important.
Treat yourself.
And
Yeah,
with that,
just treat yourself.
his recoveries, as a conduit of life, he had blessed himself with an extra recovery, which he is now going to spend. So he's now back at his standard 8, and each recovery gives him 8 stamina. And so he's back up. Wait. Yeah. All right, and that is Stone's turn. So Slayer, I believe you're left to go.
Okay, yeah. So this guy is 3 squares from me. And, well, my fists are looking for blood, so I'm just going to Devastating Rush this guy. Just because I have just the 3 squares. Now, the 3 squares are part of the ability, so I can still use 6
Yeah,
squares
this is
of
just
movement
your
later.
action. You're going to have your movement left after. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. So, Devastating Rush on this guy. I deleted the formula. Roll 2d10 plus 2. That's going to be 19. 19.
Yes, that is a tier 3 result.
Yeah.
Almost
So
a crit.
add the
Almost a
3
crit.
damage.
So I'm going to deal 16 damage. Question, because I have Rage 4. Is this a new turn?
Yeah, you've had. This is round 3.
This is round 3. Okay, give me a second. I need to roll more Rage 2.
Yep.
Okay, so I gain 1, but I am at 6. I am at maximum Rage for all my nice things. Question, because of Rage 2, I add weapon damage equal to my might score if I am at least 2 squares from where I started, which is this case
Yes,
now.
correct.
And then for Rage 4, I deal damage equal to twice my might score. My question is, do they stack or does 4 replace 2?
Do they have the same condition? Like if you move at least 2 squares?
Yeah.
So
It's
then they
the same
replace. So as
Okay.
your rage increases, it goes from your might added to the damage to twice your might.
Okay, so
is a
that's
lot.
going to be 20 damage.
20 damage.
That's
Holy cow.
fucking hell.
Because 16 plus the 4
So much.
from the rage.
So
So-
much damage.
Wow.
And you
does that
push,
come in?
right? Is there no push or?
No. This is just
it's
Devastating
damage.
Rush. Yeah, so the way I'm going to go, I'm going to rush to this guy, grab him by the neck with both hands, and just pull apart.
Okay.
And if possible, I'll try to get a little bit of the spine as well, just to save it for a belt later.
You grab on and you begin pulling apart, and as you're dragging pieces out, you see clouds of vapor spread out, and you take out chunks and they vanish in your hands, and you keep just pulling and pulling and pulling, and the Ruinant is at 1 health remaining as they use soul parry, to reduce the damage by half, and are still left at a single hit.
I thought that was enough. That was not enough.
Yeah, he reduced the damage by
He reduced
half.
it by
What
half.
I hate him so much.
Where are you, by the way?
I
Are you
assume
side by
you're
side? I was
there.
like, yeah.
Wait, I can do something. I can do nothing. Okay.
Maneuver
So you still have
maneuver
your movement
push.
and your maneuver.
Your maneuver.
Now,
Maybe you can push.
Yeah, okay, sure. I wanted to save the skull, but could I push him against this pillar right here? Or against, I don't know.
yeah.
What's cooler, the pillar
so
or the
if you
wall
do a
or-
knockback,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
you
do a
can-
knockback on with my maneuver.
That's a
Could I
door.
do it against the this pillar here?
I don't think because
if you
push.
so yeah, if
Or if
you had
it's-
done your devastating rush to end there, yeah, you could do a push against
Okay.
that pillar.
Okay. So I'll do that.
Go
I'll
ahead and
just-
make the might test.
Okay.
So tier 1 is push 1. You need at least the third tier.
This is a might test, right?
Yes.
I have double edge. So, what was edge? I forgot.
Double
It
edge.
automatically goes up a tier.
You go up a
Okay,
tier.
fantastic.
So you need the mid
So-
one.
Okay.
Aim for the mid one.
Oh wait, let me see if I add any other things. Yeah, no, I don't add anything else. So that's 10.
That's the lowest.
Yeah.
So it's push 2. So it moves back 1, and it has 1 forced movement left. It splatters
One
into the
damage.
pillar and is destroyed.
Could I do it? Could I do it that I just smash his head against the pillar and it dissolves in my hand?
Sure. It obliterates.
You
and with that, you have your movement remaining.
Yeah. So I'm gonna move my 6 to opening the door. Is this is unlocked? You said before, or okay. So I'm just gonna move inside and see what's in here.
Okay. So normally it would be an easy reason test. Because you don't have a maneuver to check, I'm going to make it a medium reason test.
Okay. I'll take.
So go ahead and make a reason test.
I have a -1 to that.
Yeah. I believe the middle result would be success with a consequence.
Can we switch rooms?
That's a 14.
Oh, that's good.
14, that's a middle result. Okay. Very
I'm
important
very
that I
reasonable.
check because I'm winging things because I want to give you guys cool stuff, but also
Thanks.
if it's with a consequence, this is going to be very, very interesting. Checking the rules for tests. Heroes make tests. Reactive tests. How to make a test. So, medium test. You succeed on the task and incur a consequence. So,
Okay.
you're looking around here, you see hidden, not even hidden, just like because collapsed things fell on top of it, there is a satchel. And you can tell it has something in it. Like, these are the supplies you were told to get. As you're going for it, you feel the ground rumble under you. It's going to collapse, you're going to fall to the lower floor. You can either get the loot, or try and brace yourself against the fall.
I'll get the loot. I
Yeah.
don't care about the fall.
Incredible.
I have-
So,
So Stone blessed me with his might and power. I'm not gonna let that go to waste.
yes.
Awesome.
And
I'm
Silver,
gonna spend it.
Yeah?
yeah. You told me that you were bracing to protect the civilian
Yeah.
because you thought there was a demon coming, but as you're there standing, you feel the ground rumble under you, and it's beginning to collapse, and you realize the only hope the civilian has is if you throw yourself to save them and just take the damage from the fall.
I'm going to do that. I'm not going to leave them.
Fuck
Okay.
yeah.
As we reach the end of round 3, the entire floor begins to shake. The pillars under you collapse. Everybody falls through the ground. And I will now read the section described as collapsing in. So, heroes on the collapsing floor, which in this case is not manners, because manners flew down. So, stone glasses have to make either an agility or might resistance roll. And now that you know that this sort of thing can happen, you might choose to brace yourself in some way in the future to be more successful. Stone is going to use their might, and their stone collar gives them an edge on resistance rolls. So, power roll plus 11, not great, but with their might is 13, so they get a middle result. Okay. Glasses. Are you doing might or agility? Resistance roll.
I'm gonna do agility because I'm not good at might. I'm really weak As my mother would say, I just look the part, but I don't have any strength. No! Oh! Of course I missed. That was
Oh
so
no!
So 9. That is the lowest result. You take 5 damage as the ground collapses under you and you fall prone. So
That's the second time I've taken damage in this whole combat. Opening round and now falling.
Can you update the HP have you lost on your token?
Oh,
please?
sorry. Yeah.
Oh,
I should.
good point.
now,
1 point.
Slayer and Silver, I'm going to ask each of you to make this resistance roll with a double bane, as you have chosen consequences for your heroic actions.
Okay.
Double Bane.
Double
means-
Bane
Might
means
or agility
you go back
with a
to
double
the
bane.
lowest.
So it's
lower
automatically
result.
1 tier lower.
Yeah, so because I have edge on my test and resistance rolls, I have double edge, sorry. Because of my 6 rage, it's gonna be normal.
So it cancels
Yeah.
out. You make
Okay.
it flat.
Okay, so roll 2d10 plus 2. So normal. It's gonna be a 12 for me.
12. You take no damage from the fall, but you are prone.
Okay.
So you dive to secure the satchel. As your body hits the floor, it cracks out from under you, and you manage to twist yourself in the air to grab the satchel onto your body and protect it, and you land onto the floor under you, suffering no damage.
Yes. More
Silver.
bags.
And in my case, I have double Bane. That means
Because you're protecting the civilian.
You go down.
If you were
a
not
tier.
doing that, the civilian would automatically die.
no way. So it's 2d10 plus my might, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Or agility.
Oh,
whichever
it's
one.
might. I have 1 and 9. Oh, 10!
10. So you realize as you feel the balcony crumble from under you, you dive onto the civilian, you place your shield arm over them, and
I
that
got it
leaves
with the-
you unprotected as pieces of rock impact your head. You take 5 damage and you fall prone.
He's alive?
The civilian is alive,
That's
which
much
I allowed
better.
because you did such heroic actions.
So now we go
I
to the
will
second
be
floor.
able to look at my uncle if I leave that person to die.
So what we're going to do now is I'm going to copy all of your tokens. And I'm going to say you save that civilian. Because
Yeah.
as the floor collapses, you are able to get them in position. Okay, and now we shift to the second floor of the inn. Oop.
There are 2 manners.
Yep, I'm using that as reference to get everybody whoop, too
Whee!
far. How do I do this? Yeah, I'm gonna move this guy to the layer that only I can see, and that way I can move the rest of you so that you are overlapping. Yeah, there we go. Oh. Oh wow. Some of you ended up in bad positions.
Yeah.
No way!
I don't know how Silver is.
So,
Yeah.
Oh no.
Maybe just
Yeah.
dive to the next floor, to the first floor.
No, no.
Slayer,
come on.
go!
so
Yeah, alright.
I believe
I'm down.
we have reached a suitably dramatic moment
Yeah.
to end this session.
Oh,
And in between,
no.
I'll figure out where to place you if you land on the door of the chamber or you just take the consequences of being in some of these dangerous chambers.
Holy
Just-
shit.
just-
This is so
Just remember
good.
that I came here with my action still, please.
Yeah.
So I still haven't finished my turn.
Oh, that's true.
So here's what I'll say. As you, yeah, sure. Let's give you guys some more revelations. As you come in, you land amongst a whole bunch of demons. Just demons all around you.
Can I make my attack so we go clean on the next round?
Sure. So as you flutter down, you see a group of pitlings, a ruinant and several more frenzied, and they're all chasing 4 civilians that are headed towards the stairs.
All right, so I'm
Manners,
going to.
you still have some movement and your action.
Yeah, I'm going to fly here, and just to finish, I'm going to assassinate this guy. Actually, no,
Incredible.
I'm going to fly here to assassinate the guy that it's going to be right by glasses.
Okay.
Thank you.
Incredible end to the turn.
So let me roll.
This is one of the few times that you're rolling 2d6 for the damage, because that's how much damage Assassinate does. 2d6 plus double digits static damage.
That's up, but it's plus agility. So it's a 15 plus 2, 17. So that's max damage.
That is a tier 3 result, yeah.
So 10 plus 20 is 30 damage.
What?
Wow.
Did you just did 30 damage?
Yeah,
Yes.
spending 5
3-0?
insight.
3-0?
Yeah.
It's the Shadow,
crazy.
the high DPS class, doing their 5 heroic resource ability, and they chose the one that does just damage. The peak damage.
And actually, I rolled a tier 3, so I gain an insight.
Incredible. Note that.
So good.
Here's what I'll say. These 4 Frenzied are minions who are part of a squad. The way minions work, in Draw Steel, they have a shared pool of stamina. And as you do enough damage to take each of them out, they are reduced. So, your Assassinate takes out both of these Frenzieds, and then tell me how, perhaps by kicking parts of one to the other or throwing a dagger, you also eliminate a third Frenzied.
As you are falling, you're going to see Manners just came down, flying, pierce one of them, pull out the rapier, cut the head, and as the head is falling, I'm going to just whip it with my tail and knock a third one.
So, yeah, you see these Frenzied that were running along the floorboards headed towards the defenseless civilians, as suddenly this devil gracefully flies down, stabs one, slashes the head off the other, and then effortlessly dispatches a third. Wow. Incredible. And with that wonderful heroic moment, just immediately 3 tokens dead. I'm just going to delete these guys as they are blasted away. And glasses and stone come crashing through the floor, land prone, and then there are bits of demon disappearing, burning away around you as you are suddenly less surrounded than you were before. And that is where we will pick up next time, hopefully with someone else. So who knows? Maybe Stone will continue falling through the floors, and we will be joined by another character.
And suddenly one of the doors open is like Patty or Diego character. Hello, I was here.
I was here all the time.
Thank you so much. If you're watching, thank you for coming along again. Remember to like, subscribe, share it with a friend, leave us a comment.
I never seen
It
that
was pretty
YouTube
cool.
like. It's been fun. It's been fun.
That was 3 rounds.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we'll get faster as we go, but we'll have the same amount of fun, because I had a great time.
I
had
mean,
a great time.
we
That was
are
really
talking
good.
about us. So,
Well, anyway, thank you for watching.
yeah. See you
Please
the next time.
catch us on the next video.
Yeah. Goodbye,
Goodbye.
everyone. Bye.
Bye.